What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney back here again, and today we're continuing on with the previews for our USFL games. And this game, unfortunately, is going to be not the greatest one of the week, but listen, I think that this one's going to be a fun game to definitely watch. And remember, we're trying to support all of these teams. We have to support this league. Us as a community of football fans, those who love football, we need to show those out there who are putting these leagues out there and who are, putting their money into these leagues, whatever it be, through advertising, through investing, who knows, that we want more football. And that's exactly what we need to do, is just support it however you can. If you can go to the games, if you can buy merch, if you can go ahead and just watch the games and follow on social media. Every little bit helps to show that us, the fans, want spring football. Now, this game is going to be a noon game. It's going to be on Fox. And this game is going to be between the Maulers and the Stars. And this is actually, compared to all the other lines, a fairly wide line. The Stars are giving up 6.5 points to the Maulers, and this is an over-under of an abysmal 35.5 points. After last week, the Maulers are really, really looking for something positive to come out of whatever their camp. They say all publicity is good publicity. Well, in this case, I don't necessarily think so. They haven't really had anything good come out of it. And really, if you want to put it that way, if it weren't for bad luck, the Maulers wouldn't really have any luck. And I don't know if it's really luck. I think a lot of it has to do with the stubbornness of Wilson and his inability to allow kind of the flow of the game, game management to come into it. He's just been so bullheaded with, this is what we're going to do. We're going to stick to what we're going to do. And it really, really translated into a big old L last week. Let's see what he does this week against this Stars team. And let's just start with the Maulers. We've been talking about them. These are the keys to the game for me for the Maulers. They need to have a more balanced offense, and I think that that's going to start with having Josh Love as quarterback. He played much, much better than Kyle Laletta, and I don't know why when they went into passing situations where at the end of the game, the stats are a little deceiving, because they started off and everything was a pass, and then they got so far behind that everything was a run, beginning of the game for the Maulers against the Bandits, that everything, in turn, they were down so much that everything had to be a pass at the end of the game. So it equals itself out, but unfortunately, you can't go in. They have to. This offense needs to be balanced, and I think that it needs to be ran through Josh Love, and I think that he needs to get in. They need to do some play action with him to disguise the run. I think that that's fine. If you want to give a Groshek the ball 20 times a game, I think that that's totally fine. If you want to run the ball 30 times a game, but you need to spread it out throughout the game, and they're not built for, coming from behind. So they're going to need to do that. I think play action's the way to do it. They need to utilize play action more in their game plan, especially on those earlier downs when they have the ability to maybe quote unquote catch the defense off, or catch the defense by surprise by using some play action and get some big plays that way. I think that that one of the things that they need to do is convert in the red zone. Believe it or not, they actually were in the red zone for 3 times the last game, and they were 0 for 3 for touchdowns, converting those in the red zone, and that would be huge for them in this game. And then the second thing that they need to do is they need to stop the pass. Granted, it was against Jordan Teamu, but I think that Scott is going to be just as potent as what Teamu was against them, and they need to figure out how to stop the pass. I think if they can stop the pass, I think that might help with the bleeding for them. But the problem is when it comes to the offense, I just don't see that Wilson changing anything. He seems to be pretty bullheaded about his scheme and about what he's doing, but who knows? Give the guy a little bit of credit here. When I look at the Stars, the keys to the game for them are pretty simple. They need to protect the quarterback. When you give up 6 sacks in a game, you can definitely tell that your quarterback was running for his life, and it kind of showed with some of his play. Scott is a very dynamic quarterback, but he's going to need time to get the ball to Rollin, and I really love the way that Rollin played. I think they need to feed him the ball more. Hopefully this time around, he was injured, and it kind of hurt his production there for a little bit. But we'll see what happens. But if that line can protect a little bit, Scott's going to be slinging that ball around, and it'll be fun to watch this offense get dynamic. The other thing is they need to establish the run. If it weren't for the 42-yard touchdown run for Holland, they would have an abysmal 30 yards of rushing. They really, really need to figure out how to get Holland going. Holland is a great running back, but he can't be hit at the line of scrimmage or behind, be running for his life from behind the line of scrimmage. Again, it goes back to the O-line here. This O-line really, really needs to step it up. And with another week of practices and getting to know each other, getting familiar with one another, I think that will happen, but they definitely need to get the ball running. Sorry, had to do it with Holland, and I think that he can do that. If they can get Holland to break a few here, I think that they're going to have a huge day. And this Mauler defense is a defense that I think that can. They showed, that they can kind of stop the run there. So I think if they can establish a run against this defense, I think that's going to be huge for them in this game. And then the other thing is just limit the turnovers. They had, it wasn't a huge amount of turnovers, but the turnovers definitely were a difference for them last week in their losses, in their loss. So I think that if they can go ahead and, really limit that, and I think naturally if they can get protection from the O-line, I think that will, naturally translate into less turnovers for them on the ball with it. I think that this game is going to be the Stars' game. I think the Stars are going to come out. I hope that they have some dynamic play. I think that, one of the factors to watch in this game is Scott. I think that Scott's going to make some, fun, dynamic plays. You're going to see Holland running all over the place. I think he's going to get free, and I think he's going to have at least a couple big runs in this game. I think that they're going to pretty much get out in front and not look back. However, the Maulers, I think, they're going to get their first touchdown. They're going to feel the end zone this game. And they're going to definitely score more points than they did last game, but it's not going to be enough, and it's going to be a big loss for them. I'm looking at the final score being 23-9, and I'm definitely going to give up the points, take the Stars, and go with the under on this one. That's right. I'm going to go with the under. I look at this Maulers team as like I would with a service academy in college, and you go with the unders on those, and that's the way that I would pick it with this game. This game is going to be one of those that is going to make or break both of these teams' seasons, and I really... Listen, you have to go where the money's going. I don't see, unless Wilson decides to change things, I don't see things changing for the Maulers anytime soon. I seriously can easily see them not winning a game all season. Right now, definitely can see them getting to a 0-4, 0-5 start, no problem whatsoever. I think that this is really the Stars' to lose, and I think that this is a good opportunity for the Stars to not only get their very first win, but to get a divisional win, which is a huge deal here. Like I said, this game has some things to be a fun game. I'm not really expecting this game to be a close game. I think that this is just going to be fun one if you want to watch Scott go off and be a good quarterback. If you want to see, I think we're going to have some big plays in this game. And, if you are a Stars fan, I think that the Stars are going to have, they're just going to have their way with the Maulers in this game. So there you have it. That's my pick for this game, for the Saturday afternoon game. As always, I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and we'll continue the conversation on down there. All right, guys, listen, I know that you're busy, and I know that I'm busy, so let's get on out of here. You have a good night. Bye.